our final position group, tight ends. Not saying it's not important, but tight ends. So JR, oh boy, we've got 4 teams tied for first place in the Big Ten. So 4 teams are tied. Who do you think those 4 are, JR?
Well, I'll go with my top 3: Iowa, Penn State, and Ohio State. I just keep throwing Ohio State in there. They seem to be in the top 3 for all of them. So
Yeah.
Iowa, Penn State, Ohio State, and then if there's a wild card in there that I might add, um, maybe. I'm curious what the chat is saying. They're agreeing with me. Illinois, Philip says maybe. Sure, I'll go Illinois. I'll say Ohio State, Penn State, Iowa, Illinois.
Okay.
We
We'll wait
got
for more to come in, but Illinois is
uh,
now they have 1, but that just came last year. So maybe that
uh,
person with that recency bias there, but only
yeah,
1 for Illinois.
Penn State, Wisconsin, Michigan there.
So Wisconsin is tied for 7th. They've had 2 tight end picks. You would think they'd be a little better. They just don't have a passing game is the
Yeah,
problem in
that's
general.
true.
So they are
Uh,
outside the
Larry says Iowa. I'm gonna skip that
Iowa.
one because I don't think you have anything to say on that one. It's
Yep.
probably in the top 3. Oregon. We were talking about a little bit about Oregon beforehand. Tell us Oregon here.
Oregon is one of 3 Big Ten teams with 0 tight ends taken in the last 10 drafts. Those 3 are Oregon, Northwestern, and Nebraska. 0 tight ends drafted.
That's pretty crazy. A lot of the same
So,
answers here.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of
All right,
fun.
let's go to it. Let's go to it.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. So 4-way tie. So we have Iowa, Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State, all with 5 total picks. So those 4 are tied for first. I'm awarding, though, kings of the tight ends to Iowa, though, because of those 5 total picks, 2 were first-round picks. They had, and this is what's crazy. Both of them came in the same draft, 2019. TJ Hawkinson, number 8 pick overall to Detroit, and number 20 overall pick Noah Fant to Denver. So 2 first-round picks in the same draft. But those 4 schools, that's tied for 3rd in the nation. And then you have Washington and UCLA with 4 each. That's tied for 8th in the nation, and that's 5th and 6th in the Big Ten. And then you can see, with 2 picks, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Purdue, but that's still tied for 17th in the nation. So pretty strong here. Not surprisingly, the Big Ten, tight end is going to be important for blocking. So producing those for the NFL only makes sense.
Yeah,
So
I don't think this is gonna change much after the draft because Tyler Warren's gonna be a first round pick, most likely. Colson Loveland gonna be a first round pick for Michigan. Iowa will most likely get Luke Lachey drafted, but he's kind of been going down ever since the season. Thomas Fedone, Fedoni, is it Fedone or Fedoni? He's most likely gonna get drafted, and then Ohio State does have G. Scott, but he's so far down there. I don't
I have
know
a
if he'll get
feeling he'll go
drafted or
free
not.
agent.
He could be
Yeah.
he's one of those guys that could be like a late 7th round pick and benefit from like the championship culture guy that you bring into the locker room and see how he does.
Yeah. The other thing to note, number 1 in the nation, tied with 6. First one, you won't be surprised, Georgia, right? Georgia's
Yeah.
really put out Brock Bowers and all that. But Notre Dame is tied with Georgia with
Notre Dame
6
makes
for the
sense.
last 10 years. Yeah,
Notre Dame makes
so that's
sense.
good. So yeah, so
How many
that's it.
how many
Yeah.
teams in the nation are tied with 5? Do you know that?
I'd have to bring that up.
Okay, it's fine.
Um,
Don't worry
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
It's fine.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Probably a decent number though. Usually when you're talking that many, but
yeah.
actually, we would know that we could do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. There would be 5, the 2 others, because if Washington's tied for 8th, that means there's 2 others tied for 3rd. If my math is right, I went to Indiana, so if it's not, then blame it on the Hoosiers.
I'll
Yeah,
go yell at the math department for you. It's right down the road
yeah.
from me.
But
Yeah,
here,
Oregon's gonna get their first. Tight end drafted most likely. Terrence Ferguson could be about a third, fourth round pick, maybe. We'll see what happens. But Oregon, you should get your first tight end. And I don't know when the last time they had a tight end drafted was, but been a while.
Yeah, more than 10 years ago. So that's it.